Call the meeting to order. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 1 is a consent agenda where we have 3 items of routine nature. I move to approve the consent agenda.
Be happy to second that.
A motion and second. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, call for the question. Commissioner Kress?
Aye.
Commissioner Freeman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Motion passes. Item 2, questions or comments on agenda items only. Seeing none in the room, any online? On to number 3, County Council for Salmon Harbor.
Tiffany Podlesnik, County Council. This is a board order that would authorize Salmon Harbor Marina to purchase up to 8 Forest River Inc. camp cabin model cabins. Each cabin has a purchase price of $58,626 per cabin. And this would be a special procurement pursuant to 279B-085, which the LCRB has already authorized.
To approve the order authorizing purchase.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and second. Any questions or comments? Just in case anyone's wondering, the return on investment on these 8 cabins, figuring current occupancy rate for the same RV spaces that they're gonna go into is less than 3 years. Call for the question. Commissioner Kress?
Aye.
Commissioner Freeman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Motion passes. Item number 4 is Juvenile Department. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Commissioners. Eric Frumvall, Juvenile Department. This is a contract with ADAPT for Douglas County to provide shelter care services for youth referred by ADAPT for short-term stabilization, crisis intervention, and respite care at a compensation rate of $147 per youth per day through June 30th, 2025.
Move to approve the contract.
And I'll second that.
We have a motion and second. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, call for the question. Commissioner Kress?
Aye.
Commissioner Freeman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Motion passes. Item 5, Juvenile Department also. Morning, Corey.
Good morning, Corey T, Juvenile Department and LIPSIT Coordinator. What you have before you is the second extension of contract 30001432 with ADAPT for the Oregon Criminal Justice Commission Impact Grants Agreement. This is in the amount of $1,710,096 for the period of 7/1/24 to 6/30/25. ADAPT will provide intensive care coordination services to the Douglas County cohorts under Umpqua Health Alliance who are high utilizers of the jail, which is 4 or more bookings in a year, and also provide health resources. They'll also support various outreach programs in the community for diversion programs such as sobering center, detox, and crisis resolution.
Move to approve the contract modification and extension.
I will second that.
We have a motion and second. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, call for the question. Commissioner Kress?
Aye.
Commissioner Freeman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Motion passes. Item 6, also juvenile.
Thank you. Corey Tate again, Juvenile and LIPSIT Coordinator. This is the first extension of contract number 30001945 with ADAPT for the Criminal Justice Commission Adult Drug Court in the amount of $181,941.73 for the period of 7/1/24 to 6/30/25. ADAPT will provide outpatient alcohol and drug treatment services to offenders in the drug court program that are involved with the criminal justice system. This contract is fully funded by the 2023-25 CJC Adult Drug Specialty Court Grant Agreement.
We'll move to approve the contract modification and extension.
And I'll second that.
Motion and second. Questions, comments? Call for the question. Commissioner Kress?
Aye.
Commissioner Freeman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Motion passes. You're still up.
Thank you. Corey Tate again, Juvenile Department LIPSIT Coordinator. This now is the first extension of contract number 30001946 with ADAPT for the Criminal Justice Commission Mental Health Court in the amount of $113,382.10 for the period of 7/1/24 to 6/30/25. ADAPT will provide outpatient mental health treatment services to offenders in the mental health court program that are involved with the criminal justice system. This contract's fully funded by the 2023 to 25 Mental Health Specialty Court Grant Agreement.
Move to approve the contract modification and extension.
And I will second that.
We have another motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, call for the question. Commissioner Chris?
Aye.
Commissioner Freeman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Motion passes. And one last time.
One last time, Corey Tadigan, Juvenile Department Lipstick Coordinator. This is the first extension of contract number 30002072 with ADAPT for the Criminal Justice Commission Reinvestment Grant in the amount of $273,487.52 for the period of 7/1/24 to 6/30/25. ADAPT will provide alcohol and drug treatment services to in-custody offenders within the residential substance abuse treatment program that's in our jail. This contract is fully funded by the 2023-25 CJC Justice Reinvestment Program Grant Agreement.
I will move to approve the contract modification and extension.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, call for the question. Commissioner Chris?
Aye.
Commissioner Freeman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Motion passes. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Item 9, Public Works Department. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Commissioners. Scott Adams, Public Works. Today, we have a intergovernmental agreement with the City of Canyonville and Douglas County to construct water utility improvements to the city system in conjunction with Main Street Canyonville Safe Routes to School project, number 11073. Work is scheduled to begin winter of 2024-2025. In this agreement, the city will reimburse the county for the full amount of the construction of said improvements, which would be the water line portion of any improvements that's incorporated into this project. And the prices will be set forth in the bid schedule.
To approve the intergovernmental agreement.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments?
Just a quick comment. I regularly attend the Canyonville Chamber of Commerce meetings with the cities there and other folks, mayor and other people. And they're very excited about this project. They're very much looking forward to this project starting and being completed. So thank you for continuing to work on it.
Call for the question. Commissioner Chris?
Aye.
Commissioner Freeman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Motion passes. Item 10, Senior Services. Good morning.
Good morning, Jenny Wright, Senior Services Department. Today before you have a contract between Douglas County and S&B Foods for the amount of $549,000 for a period of 7/1/24 to 6/30/25. S&B Foods will be providing approximately 61,000 meals during this contract, and it will provide home-delivered congregate and frozen meals to 7 sites throughout Douglas County.
I will move to approve the contract.
And I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Call for the question. Commissioner Chris?
Aye.
Commissioner Freeman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Motion passes. I've got one off-agenda item this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a delegation order to delegate authority to Commissioner Kress, who's the liaison commissioner to Public Works, to deal with issues related to county roads and county communication sites, as far as easements and grants go for those. So I move to approve the delegation order.
And I'll second that.
Any questions or comments? Call for the question. Commissioner Kress?
Aye.
Commissioner Freeman?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda, commissioner comments.
So, thank you. Just a couple quick things. So, I wasn't at last week's meeting because I had a chance to attend one of the Criminal Justice Commission meetings up on the northern coast. I've talked about it before, how I serve on that commission. It's a statewide commission. And we dealt with 4 items today on the agenda that have to do with us using those grant dollars to fund contracts and programs to provide services here in the county. When we are accepting those grant dollars, I always declare a conflict and don't vote. And when we are making those those grants when I'm on the Criminal Justice Commission. I abstain from voting there also, but a little different work today and getting to see some of the really good things that that program provides for our county. But what I wanted to talk about, it was an all-day event up at the Criminal Justice Commission, including getting to hear some from some people that had been through the programs and now are being very productive members of that community. And the common thing amongst the three stories we were told is each of these individuals faced a point in their drug addiction where they were looking at serious prison time or the opportunity to go to a drug court. And that point of deciding what they wanted to be and where they wanted to be in the rest of their life, all three of them talked about the importance of having a reason to make that decision to become sober. And that reason again was, I'm gonna go to jail for 5 years or however long, or I'm gonna go through a drug court program. All three of them talked about how when they started, the judge holding them accountable was scary to them. And all three of them now work in the system with that same judge. And how much they value their relationship and friendship with that judge that held them accountable. One of the things that has frustrated me the most about Measure 110 and the so-called fix to Measure 110 is it takes that point of decision-making out of the equation. And again, even though we talked about deflection and other programs that have come out of the Measure 110 fix, even at this commission meeting, all three of the stories we were told talked about the need for that to be held accountable and that facing going to prison. And I'm wishing those counties that are doing the deflection program great success with it. I'm very fearful without that sort of, we're gonna talk about a carrot and a stick, without that stick being held over them, that it won't be successful. So anyway, it was a great day up there. It's about 2 hours and 45 minutes drive to the meeting, started early. I drove up, got to see a lot of the work that they're doing in that community around their issues, which are not dissimilar to ours, so it was time well spent.
I've been pondering this same issue, Tim, and I work with Lipsick and the drug court and RSAT and all these people in the community, even as an employer, employing these folks when they get to a spot where they can be employed. And the difference between what we're trying to accomplish and what the diversion program accomplishes, and I get there's this idea with this diversion program to deflection to connect these folks with services. They have still the opportunity to be held accountable and be connected to services as evidenced by our RSAT program and our drug court program. And as you mentioned, it's oftentimes the choice that they have to make in order to be held accountable for them to choose to join those programs. And what I've noticed in doing this work for as many years as I have is if the offender doesn't choose to get help, it ain't gonna work. They have to want it, and they gotta want it pretty bad. And something's gotta help them want it. And a lot of times it's that prison sentence staring them in the face that makes them finally get to the point where they want it. So when you've got, someone who's committing a drug-related crime in the community and you offer them a detour out of their accountability to services, most times either they don't take the detour, or if they do, they don't complete the program because there's no real incentive to do so. And so I think what we're doing and choosing to opt out of that program is the right choice, and our position has always been when people commit crimes in Douglas County, they need to be held accountable. And we still believe that to be true today, and also believe that accountability is what really helps them get to the point where they're ready to seek help. So appreciate you mentioning that and the work that you do on the CJC. Having someone from Douglas County working directly on the CJC, that's a big deal. I'm glad you're doing that work.
thank you guys for covering when I'm up doing that work.
Anyone else? Anything else? Meeting adjourned, thank you.